Hey you, welcome to the Diary of a CEO. I know that I have been gone from YouTube for like a couple days, and it's not the fact that I've just been away and not making any videos for a couple days, it's why. So I'm going to dive deep into that. And also, disclaimer, I know that I'm in my robe. I've been relaxing. It's been a day off from work. They actually called me off from work today because of they're trying to cut down hours or whatnot, but I'm like, okay, more time for self-care, for better opportunities, etc. But I also, because usually I'd get myself together, put on a cute little outfit for videos, but this video in particular, based off the idea that I want to bring, I thought a robe would be perfect because I was already wearing it. Two, it's like, it shows it's more realistic and relatable when you see me in my most chill and calmest version of myself while speaking calm and relaxation onto you guys throughout your journeys. So I'm gonna give like an interview recap of how Closures.io went, which is really well. It went very well. And then we're gonna talk about just taking breaks and not letting the fast life, or not letting that drive, or just the idea of really needing to achieve certain things in a certain matter of time get you too worked up where you really forget about yourself and your peace, and how you can better, what am I trying to say, just how you can relax yourself and sometimes just calm your mind, calm your nerves in order to keep up that momentum without burning yourself out. Okay, so interview recap, it went really well. It actually was more of a screening rather than just them being selective with the interview, because for Closures.io I had filled out for external job openings. So Closures.io is just kind of, since I filled out for that section, they are helping me train for a specific company that they're gonna place me into once I do more interviews, etc. So I'm on their school portal. I have access to all their trainings, all the managers, and I have information, access, and their contact info to people who are a part of Closures.io if I have any questions. So they are basically, I'm in a job placement portion of their company where like they're just gonna place me into jobs and that I'm eligible for. And since I am new to the remote sales, they are most likely going to place me into a job. Obviously I get to choose, but they are most likely going to place me into an appointment setter position than a closing position. Typically that's, appointment setting is better, it's more beginner friendly when you are new to this industry, because it's a little bit more easier. It's you kind of have a backbone in it. You're not just going in straight to the wolves without any guidance or anything, especially if you're new to the space. So that's what he said, and I'm grateful to even have that opportunity. So yes, it went really well. I was able to move to the next steps, which is again getting onto their school portal, seeing all the trainings. So yes, that's what the past couple of days has been looking like. I've been just looking at the training and trying to seek out some companies. Well, actually they're supposed to reach out to me about if they feel I would be good for a certain position. But yes, so that's a quick update on that. And now for the real reason of why I made this video and why I look like this. You do not want to burn yourself out while on your path of succession, because whether you believe it or not, and I know it may seem like a common sense thing, but you need rest. You need to relax your mind, and it's okay. You know, not every day is going to be full of hustle, grind, energetic, up and moving, and because that's just not realistic as you are human. It's not laziness, okay? That's not you being undisciplined and not having any motivation. It's you playing a part in different parts of what success looks like and how you can better achieve it. Your body needs rest, your mind needs rest. Okay, it's not realistic for you to be up and moving all the time trying to get things done when you don't even have time for the most important parts of yourself. You know, and that's just relaxation. That's calming yourself and really being present. That's being present within the now and appreciating what you currently have. And enduring that. We endure the hardships of what we go through while trying to achieve success and achieve tangible things that we want, but can't yet see or touch, right? But like I said, it's already within you, just have to grasp it. And that's a part of realizing your worth and prioritizing your peace. And one thing that I said is a long time ago, like I came up with this like when I first started Target, but I was getting hired. I was like, money is a priority, but my peace is a promise. My peace is a promise. Money is going to follow anyway, obviously, you know, but it's not just about the money, because whether I like the job or not, or I don't feel like it's for me, I need to not only prioritize, but swear on an oath for the protection of my peace. Because when I'm peaceful, I don't care if where the source of money is coming in or coming out or not coming in or out. If I'm not getting that money, or if I'm getting the money but it's not coming from a desirable source, the peace and inspiration I have within, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna make my own opportunities outside of that undesirable place, that unwanted source that I'm not striving in, because it may not be meant for me. It's not about the place, it's not about the things, it's your peace. So whether or not you may be making money, or this is just an example, but it can be for anything. You're making money, and you're making money at a job that you feel or you may be limited to, or you may love your job, whatever the case is. But in terms of this, like, you just may feel like you're not your best within that place, and although you are making money from it, you feel that's why you're there, just because of the money. That's why you're settling, because of something so reoccurring and as powerful as the idea of money. And again, that's just an example. It could be with anything. But what you don't realize is the longer you keep settling, the less and less you really strive. And the more and more you're dying down the dreams that you may have had for yourself outside of this place. You know, and it's not about what comes from that job, especially if it's a job that you feel limited at, where you don't feel like it's the best position for you. You have to promise your peace. It's not just a priority, because you can have different priorities, but you got to know what comes even before all those priorities, and that has to be your peace. It cannot be money first and then peace. It's that peace to yourself, that promise that you make, and when you break it, you feel it. Because whether you realize it or not, although you may not actually say to yourself, well, my peace is a promise, or you may not actually think of that in that moment, when you're not at peace, trying your hardest to stay somewhere just because you're making the money, or you may be reaping the benefits of that place, but you know that environment alone, you just have outgrown the place, period. You have already broken promises to yourself, and that's why you feel that way. That's why you feel like, man, I've just outgrown this place. I'm tired. I'm ready for more. Like, because your peace has been compromised. Your peace has been compromised. And I'm telling you, you can do and achieve anything when you just step into your peace and never let anything deter it. nothing ever. And that's what I had to learn, because even me saying that, I still had to just learn to not prioritize, but promise my peace and keep it. And keep it. You know, priorities change all the time sometimes, but when you make promises, we tend to want to keep those, especially important promises like that. And I'd hope you'd really try to keep the promises you make to yourself and fulfill that. You know, so rest is not giving up. It's resetting the version of yourself that's built to handle what you're asking for, you know? Like, you being in a better mindset, prioritizing yourself and promising promising, you know, the job that you may be at, okay, you reap the benefits of money and probably other things too, maybe. But when you idolize yourself and put your own self on a pedestal, and you don't let anyone or of anything come and knock that down, because it is set in stone, right? And you make that promise to yourself to reap the benefits of holding and keeping that promise of your peace, you know, and the healthiness of your mindset, you'll reap the benefits of everything else, and everything else will follow. You pull everything out from within. You don't pull everything from within, or you don't, I hope you don't feel like you have to have things first from other people or receive something first before you really focus on yourself and help yourself in order to reap your own benefits. Because before you get anything, you need to know yourself and you need to appreciate yourself. Just like when you were born, before you had anything. You were born by yourself, or I don't know, maybe you had a twin, but at the end of the day, you were within your own body. You were born with yourself before you had your first pair of clothes, before you had anything, before you knew your parents, before you gained the love you have for your parents. You know, you always had yourself. And as a kid, we're not thinking too much about reaping the benefits of the world. Of course, in our imaginations and what we love to do, but we always prioritize our happiness and our peace. And when we don't get it, we feel it. Now, as a child, we may cry and scream, you know, but that's what it's like when you break your own promises and when you don't get what you want. And quite frankly, when you don't get what you want from yourself, that's your fault. Because you are in full control of yourself, and your full potential and your whole destiny is already within. Okay? I'm not trying to sound so, you know, crazy. I'm being real, you know, and I'm trying to word it in a way where it's like I'm not scrambling and where we all understand. But long story short, taking breaks is not weakness. You know, it's a business decision. You are the business. And quite frankly, you know, it doesn't have to be in business. It can be in relationships with other people, in anything, okay? You know, you'd rather pause for a moment than perform for approval. You'd rather pause for a moment than perform for approval. You know? And if or when you're trying to achieve something right now, something tangible, something from someone else, maybe like money, a car, you know, whatever it is, all of the above, love maybe. Although you may have these limiting beliefs set on yourself, because you may feel like you're just not at the most confident and assuring place in your life within yourself. And I know that the idea of it takes time and it takes practice. But I promise you, it is not out of reach, and you are already all the great things you want to achieve, just wanting to achieve it. You are what you want, just in the own version of yourself, just in the own idea of yourself, and you may not know that yet, if that makes sense. And honestly, if you are trying for success right now, if you are trying to do something, like if you're trying to save up for a car, or if you're striving for money, if you have financial goals for yourself you're planning to reach, if you are wanting love and are trying your best to achieve it, whatever the case is, whether or not you have those limiting beliefs on yourself, the fact that you're even trying for that external assurance or external thing, it's the fact that you're already trying to do it. So you believing whether or not you can do it, it's important, but it's almost non-existent, because if you really didn't feel like you can't do it, why would you even be trying to do it? So that means the desire of wanting something is greater than the limiting beliefs that you probably hear in your head here and there, or all the time maybe. But you know you're capable of it, because if not, why would you be trying to do it? You may be trying to, if you're that desperate, you might just ask your mom or your cousin to go do it for you, but you know that's not always realistic or the best thing to do, right? Especially depending on other people for what you want. You already know your potential, even when you don't realize it. And you already know what you're capable of before you even have the chance to grasp the tangible earnings. You are the earning. And whatever you want, it's not you earning that, it's that thing earning you. It was that thing manifesting you. You make the success. Success doesn't make you. And I wanted to also touch on, like, whatever you're trying to do, get a new job maybe, if you're, this is just one example again, but you know, in interviews, even if you do not make the cut, even if you don't make the next steps, the hiring recruiter doesn't seem all impressed with you, whatever it is, even if you go through the idea of failure, it does not stop there. It does not stop there. Those are learning lessons for better and bigger things, but also so you can learn better and bigger things about yourself. And it's the fact that you don't always need approval from other people, but the acceptance to know and the appreciation that you had that experience. Okay, it's not that you didn't make the cut. It's read between the lines. What could you do to do better next time? And if you feel bad about not making the cut or not getting what you want, that second that you tried to achieve it, sometimes you may or may not be able to fix the external thing, but you can always fix how you feel about these things. If you feel bad or you feel like you can't achieve anything, if you start feeling like a failure, the idea of being a failure when you don't achieve certain things you want, that's what you need to work on. It wasn't that you're not capable of whatever you're trying to achieve. It really wasn't that you are uninteresting to recruiters or anything, or that's just an example. It's the fact of the perspective of your own self whenever you make these mistakes. It's not just at your highest moments or whenever you finally achieve what you want. It's the appreciation and the endurance you accept in all aspects of yourself, because you're human. Before you are anything, you are human, and you are a human trying to step into being a business woman or a businessman or whatever it is that you are trying to step into. You are human. And you have always been human before you'll be anything else. It's not you being a businesswoman to becoming human. That's impossible and that's unrealistic. So before you try to fix anything and or before you try to impress anybody else or get something else, you need to impress yourself with just appreciating the neutral and naturality of just being you. You need to accept yourself. If you want to be accepted by anybody else, if you want to be accepted by a car or by money, I know that sounds weird, but it's the same thing. That all comes from within. That all comes from within. And that also ties in with being okay with resting, taking a break, appreciating what you have, all that you've done, excuse me, all that you've done, and who you already are, and the amazing capabilities and possibilities that you hold in what or who you're trying to become. The fact that you're even trying to evolve is already a beautiful thing within itself. So sleep on that. Have beautiful dreams on that. Take time out for yourself and comfort yourself and take care of yourself. Just be in the moment sometimes to really appreciate yourself, because when you move fast and all you try, you force yourself to just keep going, don't give up, and if you feel like you need to stop and take a break, then you're giving up. You're like, no time to rest. You'll always feel like you need more, even when you have what you were initially trying to achieve. What you need is that self-peace, that inner acceptance. Because guess what? You already have it. The only thing you failed in was realizing it. That's the only thing you'll ever fail in life, is not realizing your potential that you hold, the power that you have, the beautiful person that you already are. And that's a promise, and that's why I say, my peace is a promise, not just a priority. And I'll end the video here. I'm not going to make it too long because I am in the process of also using my own advice and trying to relax, but I really wanted to make this video today. So thank you so much for watching. If this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, if you have any ideas, please give me a comment down below sharing your thoughts. If you have any questions, concerns, whatever it is, I'd love to hear where your mind is currently at watching this video or on my channel. If you like this video in particular, something just speaks to you and you understand, like you see me, a human just like you are, going through the same things you may be going through. If this video correlated with you in any way, give the video a like, because this video came to you out of love, from love. You were meant to see this video. And I was meant to tell it to you while I'm also taking my own advice. So, and subscribe for more. Trust me, it's been my 7th video, I think, but it's definitely not my last. That's what this page is all about. The realness and the rawness of being human while trying to achieve these big titles in life, because that's all they are. They're titles, and then whatever comes after that. But what follows is just being who you are. You can't achieve anything in life if you're not the person to do it, if you're not initially who you already are and willing to accept it and love yourself. So I'm just human. I'm DNayzia Traylor. I'm me, while trying to step into these titles of becoming a CEO, becoming a high-ticket closer. I'm me at the end of the day, and I appreciate who I am. I love who I am, and I acknowledge and accept myself in every aspect of myself. This is why I am trying, and not only am I trying, but I am sure that day by day, step by step, I will achieve everything I want to achieve, because I already am it. I already am. I'm already reaping the benefits of just being myself and always keeping my peace at the highest level, because that is the highest level. That is the highest version of yourself. It's not a question, it's not a doubt, like that's the truth. You know, so yes. Thank you so much for watching if you did. I really appreciate you. And you found me. And I found you too. I am really happy you've seen this. And I am really looking forward to seeing you in the future. Have a great day.